Hello, here to record my first. Oh, my name's Chris. Here to record my first Battle for Zendikar pre-release draft. Um, haven't recorded any drafts for a little while, just because Origins was kind of tailing off, and I think people were terribly interested in it. So I've done 2 live drafts of Battle for Zendikar and 1 pre-release draft. I think I've gone 2-1 in all of them. So we'll see how this goes. I'm enjoying the format pretty well so far. It's early yet. It seems like the thing to do here that we haven't seen for a while outside of a Modern Masters format is to try to draft a something fairly synergistic. I mean, there's allies, although really kind of picking up random allies isn't all that exciting. But the good rally allies, if you pick up several of them, can really lead to some scary series of plays. So let's see. Right off the bat, we open one of the best rares in the format here in Guardian of Tazim. So that is almost certainly going to be our pick. Other decent things, Marasa Ranger is fine. That's the landfall to start putting counters on it. It's a little slow to get going, but it can be good. What else is decent in this pack? Not much, actually. The Beastmaster here is good. +1/+1 with rally. Oh, and complete disregard is a good card, but the Guardian of Tazim is definitely pretty amazing. You get to tap a creature, and if it's an island, with landfall, you get to tap a creature. If it's an island, it doesn't untap. And also, it's a 4/5 flyer for 5. So, yeah, we'll be taking that. And moving on to see Clutch of Currents. I'm a little down on this card from where I was at the beginning. Eldrazi Sky Spawner, however, is excellent. 2/1 flyer that comes with an Eldrazi Scion. It's on color for us. Blighted Cataract is also quite good. I was looking at that before I noticed the Eldrazi Sky Spawner. Moto for me hasn't quite got all the pictures working yet. I don't know if that's me or something that's going on in general. Neither of those things would surprise me. Other decent cards in the pack. The Territorial Baloth I've been pretty impressed with. This is a 4/4 that has landfall to give it +2/+2. It's just if you have something like the Evolving Wilds in play, it's just, just having the onboard trick, like you make it a 6/6 and then threaten to make it an 8/8. It just makes it very awkward. Like they're sometimes obligated to chump. Anyway, I'll be taking this Eldrazi Sky Spawner quite happily. And now we will see a Benthic Infiltrator, which is by far the best of the ingesters, or at least at common or uncommon. There is the rare black-blue one that seems pretty good. I haven't gotten to play with it yet. I actually did draft it in my other draft, but my other online draft, but I ended up moving on to blue-black. So, Courier Griffin, all these like 2 and 3 power flyers are surprisingly effective, more so than you might think. In any case, we're going to take this Benthic Infiltrator, maybe look to move in on some infiltration ingesting and processing action. It's not too much of that. The Invoker is fine. The Callisto Healer is pretty good in its deck, but not very good outside of it. So here we have Part the Water Veil, which I'm gonna see what it's worth. I don't think it's a very good card, but so yeah, a ticket, and probably by the time I sell it, it would be worth even less, since the prices are as high as they're ever going to be right now. We do, however, have another Sky Spawner, whose art is working just fine, so I will take that. Yeah, so blue seems very open, which is nice given our first pick. Also have a marginally playable Salvage Drone. Horribly Awry I'd really only want for the board. Waving Elemental, which is fine. Other decent cards in here is basically the Evolving Wilds. Oh, the Lava Steparator. No, that's bad. Never mind. That's not the one I thought it was. And Swarm Surge could be good in the right deck. But anyway, we are happily staying in blue here, and in no particular rush to choose a second color yet, if we don't need to. The Cloud Manta, like I said, these 2 and 3 power flyers have been kind of overperforming for me. The fact that there's no reach creatures, or very few reach creatures, I can't think of one off the top of my head, just makes the flyers, the only thing that deals with flyers is removal and other flyers. And that just means, and like none of the Eldrazi's have reach, so it just means, it's if you can clog up the ground enough to hold off the big Eldrazi's, that getting through in the air can be effective. Demon's Grasp is kind of bad removal. I mean, you'll run it, but it's not going to move me into black quite yet. So I think I will just take the Cloud Manta. So far we got a lot of stuff in the skies. So here I do like Tightening Coils. That's actually been pretty good removal. However, we also have Blighted Cataract, and now I think I might pick that up. I wouldn't mind having a Tightening Coils or two in the deck for sure. The Coral Helm Guide is fine. Grave Birthing I've been really impressed with in a blue-black deck. It's not entirely clear that's where we are yet. I mean, we could end up like blue-white flyers, or really blue anything. So I am going to take the Blighted Cataract here. Just, it's almost free to play. And you just get to cash it in for 2 cards later. And yeah, it's expensive, but the point is, like, you do it at a point when you don't need that land anymore. Sanctum of Ugin, which one is this? Oh yeah, that's not really a constructed card. So here again, I probably just take the Anticipate here, because now, I mean, I'd play Felidar Cub, I suppose. Boiling Earth is mostly at the sideboard. Yeah, nothing is really making me want to move into a second color yet. And I could play Anticipate. It's pretty nice to have if I do end up in the blue-black ingest deck, which I could. It's starting to seem like it's going to be pack 2 before I really start to make that decision. So here we have Bone Splinters. That's not bad. I don't know if it's a huge signal, but we do have another playable black card over here in the Mindraker, which is the processes to exile. There's another Cloud Manta, but I'd kind of like to, I think I might take the Bone Splinters here. I've already got 2 things that make tokens. So yeah, I'm going to take the Bone Splinters. Let's see, so this is Reclaimer. That's pretty good. Put something back in your, what do we have to get back? Bone Splinters, Anticipate, and that's about it so far, but it's early. The only other real option here is Spell Shrivel. I don't look like I'm going to be a Converge deck, so yeah, I'll take the Reclaimer. And here, wow, another Blighted Cataract. And the Ruin Processor is really not too bad either. I might grab that, actually. I don't know if I want 2 Blighted Cataracts. Presumably I'll have a second color at some point, and 2 colorless lands could be a little greedy. Ruin Processor is just super great in a more controlling deck, though, that has some ways to get stuff into exile for your opponent. Here I've got 2 of the sort of bad ingesters. I think Sludge Crawler is the better of them, although we're less likely black than blue. So that being the case, actually no, I'll take the Sludge Crawler. I may well run neither of them, and if I do end up blue-black, I'll want this, and if I don't end up blue-black, then I'm probably not going to want either of them, so whatever. Oh, by the way, I'm drinking a Not Your Father's root beer tonight, which, to be clear, is beer, but it looks and tastes exactly like root beer, so watch out for kids. But yeah, 5.9% alcohol by volume, and it actually tastes like really good root beer. My sister, who brews beer, says she thinks they basically made what are we doing here? Sorry, I will continue my fascinating beer story shortly. So Swarm Surge could be a thing here. I think it's more of a thing than a salvage drone. And here we've got nothing. I'll take the pathway arrows for the board. These full art lands aren't never going to be worth anything online, right? I'm assuming not. I mean, they're not really going to be worth much in paper either, although probably after a couple years they'll be worth a little bit. I think the Zendikar ones are like $1. Anyway, not your father's root beer. My sister thinks they basically make a kind of a rice beer and then just put root beer flavoring in it. But whatever they do, they make a kind of a good root beer. Usually I'd be drinking a beer, but for various and sundry reasons, I don't have one right now. So I'm slumming it with the candy flavored drinks. All right. So here we have not much. I'm certainly nowhere near the angelic captain. And Mindraker, I don't think Titan's Presence. I'm not enough all in on the colorless things, I think, to really want to run a Titan's Presence. It's probably just the Tightening Coils here. Not the most exciting first pick. The only other thing, I could take the Demon's Grasp. I could take the Mindraker. But like I said, Tightening Coils has been good. I still, have a fair number of flyers, and so just being able to sort of take any flyer they get, stick it on the ground, and keep on swinging. Or just, lock down one of their, only -6, -0, except for the really big Eldrazi that, basically makes them just ground walls. So yeah, I will lead off with the Tightening Coils. Let's see, so here we've got another Tightening Coils, which I could take. Ooh. Yeah, that guy's got to be worth something. That guy's rad. Let's see. Let's see. Dragon Master Outcast is worth, $3. There's not much else in this pack for me. Like I said, I could take another Tightening Coils, or a Titan's Presence, or the Demon's Grasp. But yeah, and this is worth splashing. This card is nuts, and it's a 1-drop technically, but really you don't want to play it till turn 6 anyway. So yeah, I'm going to take that. It's also not impossible. I could get out of black. It's not like, I've got 3 black cards, and I'm not really excited about any of them. So we certainly, given we have this, should probably take a look at red. Didn't seem terribly open in pack 1, but there were some red cards going around, and nothing but blue seemed terribly open in pack 1, so I'm not sure what to say about it. Let's see. So here we have Halimar Tidecaller, which is great if I have some awakened creatures, but I, at this point, do not. I could start focusing on them with that. Kozilek's Channeler is pretty nice. Encircling Fissure is a pretty near bomb. Like, I've been really impressed with that card. Let's see. If we wanted to shift over to red-blue. Red-blue is usually the like a colorless focus deck, so the Slide Runner is not exactly what I'd be wanting to do in that deck. I could just take the Channeler. I only have one thing to really ramp out here. There's also the Hagra Sharpshooter if I just want to stay in black. And again, I can totally splash the Dragon Master. I'm going to take the Tidecaller and keep an eye out for some Awakened cards, because I don't think I need too many to make it pretty good. So we got that guy. That guy I don't think is worth much of anything. Yeah, he's just a rare. Thought he was a mythic for some reason. However, we also have a Stone Fury if we wanted to go red, which is pretty decent. We also have Nettle Drone, which... I have the 2 Sky Spawners and the Infiltrator. Yeah, I just don't have that much colorless stuff. Just don't know if I want to jump in on red that hard here. because I still feel like the right thing to do is splash this if I can. Obviously, I'll need to find some ways to splash. And I might just take this tightening coils. I think I will do that. And so here we have Rush of Ice, which is a card that works with our Halmar Tag Collar. However, we also have a Silent Skimmer, which, again, these like 2-power, well, semi 2-power flyers, and also just, all the there's not very many 4-power flyers out there, and so like this thing is really hard to block. Even if they can block it, they still take the 2 damage. So I think I do take that. I think I'm still black-blue. I would like to find a way to blast the Dragon Master, but I'm just not really close enough to that the red-blue deck to really get excited about picking up a lot of red cards. And now we have another Rush of Ice and another Silent Skimmer. I don't think this deck is aggressive enough to want the Rush of Ice. Like, I had a couple of these in one of my pre-release decks, or actually my first one I drafted live, and it's like one of these and 2 Clutch of Currents in a kind of a controlling deck, and I was pretty unimpressed with them. Now this deck is not really as controlling. I think I'm still going to take the Skimmer though. I think I'm just pretty impressed by that card. So now we see a pretty strong red card here. And another pretty strong red card in the Outnumber. Although at this point I'm committed enough to black here that it's going to be a little rough to change tax. I'd probably be looking at one of these on the splash if I were to do it. Or I could just take this Mindraker. I do only have 2 ways to ingest right now, so I would need to keep an eye out for hopefully at least one more. Yeah, just take the Mindraker. I'm going to sort of be all in on the blue-black thing here, I think. And of course, immediately when I say that, I get sort of a pack of nothing for that particular strategy, so I'll take the Vestige of Emrakul. I certainly am not really planning to play it. Here's another Mindraker and pretty little else. So yeah, now I'll take the Demon's Grasp as bad removal, but hey, it's removal. And the Mire's Malice, that's probably not a bad card in this format. I've only run into it once, and it was pretty good. It got my, it got the big, what's the angel, the 7-mana angel that landfall to get things out of your graveyard or put them on the board if it's a plains. So I'm assuming I'm not running the red at this point. Nothing here. This card goes so late. I don't know why this card seems fine. 4 mana, 4/3 with some amount of upside. I just feel like I always see it very, very late. And nothing again. Pathway arrows. Yay! I have 2 pathway arrows for the board. Lucky me. Yeah. So, oh, Dispel. Alright, that's not a bad sideboard card. Okay, so with 1 pack to go, we sort of nearly have a deck here. I mean, it's not a very good deck, but we have some things we can definitely improve upon here. Like I said, wouldn't mind a little bit of fixing to splash this Dragon Master Outcast, because you don't really want to play him until you have 6 lands anyway. And once if you untap with him, it's going to be really hard to lose. So I'm not terribly certain about playing this Tag Collar at this point. In fact, I'm almost certainly not playing this Tag Collar at this point. I don't mind cutting one of these Mindrakers. What do we got here? So we got another thing we might want to splash. Inoyandar. That thing's pretty good, but I don't... Oh, let's see what else we have here. So we've got Rising Miasma, which is not bad. It does hit. I mean, it hits both my sky spawners and the Cloud Manta. I think the complete disregard is where I'm at with this one. It kills those those annoying flyers that I've mentioned, which is nice. It's another thing that puts something into exile for me. I'm really hoping to wield this Grave Birthing because, like I said, I don't know if I said that or not, but I will say now. I think that is a really good card in this deck, in the blue-black processing deck. It just kind of does all the things that you want to do. Conduit of Ruin. That is a pretty good card. I only have the Ruin processor to cast off it right now, but I could get a second thing. What else do we have here? Also have the Incubator Drone, which is pretty nice. A 2/3 that makes a 1/1. I wouldn't mind that either. I don't have a lot of big things. Maybe I just want the Incubator Drone. Something else for the Bone Splinters. I take this, maybe I pick up a Devastator. Yeah, I'm going to take it. We'll see. A Defiant Broodlord is not impressed me. Or I don't know. I've not played with it, actually, so I shouldn't say that. Well, certainly it's only for the black-white deck, so I'm obviously not taking it here. This is a perfectly fine card. However, given what I just picked up in the Conduit, a second Ruin processor might not be terrible. I have a few other ways to ramp here. I have a decent amount of ways to sort of lock down the early game. And I've seen 3 Grave Birthings, so hopefully at least one of them wheels. Even if someone wants one of them, I'd be sort of surprised if all 3 of them get snapped up. So given my Conduit of Ruin, I think I will grab this Ruin processor. And the Dragon Master dream is probably going to die. Let's see. Ulamog's Despoiler. Oh, that guy. That guy is tempting. It's become a 9/9. And who doesn't like a 9/9? Certainly not me. However, I think I might more, given the double Ruin processor, the double Mindraker, although I might cut one of them. I think I want a Mist Intruder. I think I want another way to exile some stuff. So I think that's going to be the pick here. And here, oh, we got another Incubator Drone, and we got a Silent Skimmer. I think I take the drone here. I do have a couple big cards to ramp up to now, so I would like another way to make tokens. I've already got a decent number of flyers. So yeah, I'll take the drone. Oh, okay, this thing. So, so that thing could be absurd. I'm not sure it can be all that absurd in this deck. The Silent Skimmers kind of miss. Oh, double Mindraker if I play them both. Hi. Alright, that's just my wife. I might just take one of these, come into play, tap lands. Skyline Cascade, which to be noted doesn't tap something, just keeps something tapped. I think I'll take the Mortuary Mire. I think I like the idea of getting something back from the graveyard. So the Calling Drone would be decent, although with the top end I have now, I think I'd prefer to have the Kozilek's Channeler. Yeah, we're doing that. And there is very little for us here. I could hate, yeah, I think I'll just hate the, I'll hate this Shatter Skull, whatever he is. So here we'll take the Oracle of Dust. I'm not sure if we'll play it. Okay, good. I did get one of the Grave Birthings back. Oh, another Tightening. Yeah, but I think I want the Grave Birthing more. I think more ways to. That's more ramp. It's more putting the up, and then I got the other Grave Birthing back, or I could take the Spell Shrivel. I'm just gonna take the Grave Birthing. I am not a fan of Counter Spells Unlimited. Let's see. So we have a bunch of cuts to make. Well, the Dragon Master isn't happening. Tide Collar is not happening. Let's see. Nothing. I mean, 4/5 for 5 is fine, but I think we can do better in this deck. Similarly, the Wavewing Elemental, I don't think that's the top end we need. I don't have any particularly exciting things to return with this, so I think I'll cut it. I think I'd rather have the Oracle of Dust in that spot. I might cut one of these Mind Rakers. I think probably will. This doesn't seem like the right deck for Swarm Surge. I don't think I have quite enough. I have a decent number of colorless things, but I don't know. I don't think the deck is winning that way. I think the deck is winning by dropping the rune processors and or hitting the flyers. So I expect, as per usual, this is a 18 land deck. So can I talk myself into 17 lands here? I don't think I can. I've got 2 7-drops and a 6, so I know I have the Channeler. But yeah, no, this is 18 lands. So I could just cut the Anticipate. Well, it's up for cuts. Let's see. So I could cut the Anticipate. I could cut Sludge Crawler. I could cut Mind Raker. Oh, actually, I think I just do cut Myers Malice. Okay. So I have 2 more cuts to make. One of the Grave Birthings, I think, is on the chopping block here. The Oracle of Dust is probably on the chopping block here. And the Demon's Grasp, I think. I think everything else I'm pretty certainly going to run. The Bone Splinters, Infiltrator, the Sky Spawners, the Drone, these 2 Silent Skimmers. Yeah, I think those are. Conduit of Ruin goes and gets my Ruin processors and just makes creatures cheap to cast, which is good in any case. So 18. So I get to pick 4 of these cards, or alternately unpick two of them. So I feel like if I'm going to include either the Oracle or the Mindraker, that I'd want to include the Sludge Crawler. I think I do want the Sludge Crawler. These guys each want me to have two things. Yeah, I think I want to make sure I can enable that. Can I live without the Demon's Grasp? Is that greedy? To just cut, you know, I mean, it kills most things. What else? I don't really have, well, I guess I have the double tightening coils, the bone splinters, and the complete disregard. As a way to deal with threats. Is that enough? So yeah, I think I cut the anticipate. I know I like that in a deck like this, but just like the last time we had anticipate, it seems to always kind of not quite make the cut. So I get 3 more of these 4, so I have to cut 1 of these. I just like I mean, 1 more mana, but the 3/5 is a much more relevant body than the 3/3. And I think I'm down to cutting 1 of my 2 processors, and I think it's going to be the Mindraker. Just because Oracle of Dust, first of all, I don't need to have anything exiled to actually play it. So then we play these. So we got 15 creatures. Yeah, I think this will work. So let's add some lands. $10-8. Oh wait. Let's also add our Cataract and our Mire, because we are definitely running both of those. Now let's add some lands. 9-7. So that puts me at 9 blue, 8 black. That's probably correct. Alright. Okay. There it is. It's the first blue-black processor deck I've drafted. I hope the top end is enough. That's the only thing I'm worried about here. Although, I mean, it's kind of mid-rangey. I mean, it can kind of do a pretty decent job with flyers. I guess the thing I'm worried about is something with like a giant top end. But even then, I have the coils to slow things down a little bit. A few ways to make spawns to chump. And then probably just, you know, maybe ruin processors to double block a giant thing if I need to. So yeah. I guess, no, I think I do want the Channeler with 2 ruin processors. I can't count on getting the Conduit of Ruin necessarily. This feels surprisingly close to a 17 land deck, actually. That's probably just really greedy, though. Yeah, alright. We'll run it like this. See you in a few minutes. Alright, here we are in game 1. We'll be on the play. It's possible this deck could be on the draw, but oof. So right away we get kind of a wretched hand. So now the new Vancouver mulligan rule is in effect, which makes me a little more prone to mulligan hands like this. It just takes so long to do anything. I think I am going to send back, and immediately get punished. Alright, mulligan again. Oh, wow. Okay, well, we're going to 4. That's not a good start. This one will keep. And we'll put that on the bottom. Oops, go away. Alright, well, this one's going to be an uphill battle. Okay, Moto's going crazy. Alright. At least we have a 1-drop, but of course we don't have the mana to cast it. Oh yeah, we're in trouble. Now we're really in trouble. Alright. Well, this is going to be a short game. Well, okay, fine. I get 1 more mana. I actually can block that thing, so. Slab Hammer. Okay, well, at least opponent is running bad cards. However, this card does not seem good. Maybe I'm wrong, but does not seem good. Putting lands back in your hand just seems like a really steep cost to pay for +2/+2. Like, for example, now he basically can't use it since it would appear that he is stuck on lands. This is all a bit academic. And he'll... Okay, well... Hey, at least we have to cast something next turn. So that's exciting. Sure. Oh, he actually does it. Oh, I guess he probably didn't draw another land, so he may as well. Alright. Oh, let's get choose something to cast. What are we going to cast here? Let's see. So we could go Sludge Crawler plus Infiltrator, or we could go Silent Skimmer. I think I want Crawler plus Infiltrator. Here because I really don't care about trading off the Crawler for him if he doesn't Slab Hammer. And the Infiltrator can block the McKenty Patrol. Sure, let's do that. Alright, this is almost like hope. If I can get down this Conrad of Ruin, then I can possibly make things happen, although I really want to ingest to be able to actually care. Well, opponent is thinking. That seems like probably good news. My wife is making waffles at 1 in the morning. We're not going to eat them now. We're going to freeze them and eat them tomorrow. So, give a creature +1/+1 in Vigilance. That's going to be slightly annoying. Oh, I wonder if he just swings in with Slab Hammer and does that every turn. That will be fairly effective. No, he's going to move the Slab Hammer over there. So, yuck. Oh, he didn't put the sand step back. Oh, sandstone, whatever this thing's called. Back. Sandstone bridge. So I feel fairly obligated to double block the core Castigator here. If he has Lithomancer's Focus, then, well, whatever. We're just dead either way, so. Alright. Yay. So we could play Silent Skimmer. Or we could hold up Grave Birthing, which I think is what we're gonna. I think we're gonna, because I do want to. Well, I'd really like to get 2 cards of his into exile. I know I'm being somewhat greedy at this point, but what the hell? So yeah, we're gonna swing in with the Sludge Crawler. So when he swings in, we can see what we get here. Pilgrim's Eye. All right, that's a good thing for him not to have. So when he swings, we can Grave Birthing, probably chump. Though maybe we shouldn't, just because what would be ideal would be to get a land next turn and then have 6 mana. So that is perhaps greedy. So let's see if he puts a land back in his hand. He does not. Oh, okay. Well, then I definitely don't chump here. Let's see, what could he... There's the Lithomancer Focus, which is +2. I don't think there's anything that can kill us outright here. Nothing comes to mind. I could be forgetting something, but I think we're okay. Well, double Lithomancer's Focus, I suppose. But I think I'll just deal with that if it happens. Ah, so we got his second color, or undo Great Horn, yep. So... Alright, draw a card. Oh, well, that's a good card. We can actually play it. I'm not sure it's going to matter, but I guess we'll see. Ah, hey, a land. Would have been nice if it was a blue land, but hey. Beggars cannot be choosers. Actually, I'm not even sure I'm going to play it right now. I think the Conduit of Ruin might still be the right play. Yeah, it's got to be. So I Conduit of Ruin. And I have 2 blockers. I can chump one of those 2 and just kill the other one of those 2 if he decides to attack with both of them. And then the next turn I will get to gain 5 life with the whatever the processor is, whose name I am forgetting. But that might actually stabilize us, so hang on, kids. If opponent has actual nothing, maybe we get to come back from our mull to 4. Ruin processor. Yes, that goes on top of our deck. And we have a 5/5. What do you got, buddy? I mean, he doesn't need much. If he can play a land, or actually, if he can just remove this, then that's game. Actually, no, you'd have to play a land too. If he can play a land and remove this, that's game. Yeah. I'm encouraged by the fact that he's not immediately removing that. What does Kenji say? Hold. Hold. So this is either a shatter pause or he's deciding of the 3 ways he has to kill me right now, which one he's going to do. I'm hoping it's a shatter pause. I'm hoping he's just like, oh, I can lose this game. How did that happen? He does have 7 cards in his hand. He has been a little stuck on lands, so maybe they're just all expensive? He doesn't play the land, so I feel like I must assume that he does not have a land. Which means, oh, okay, fine, he has a land. Don't know why it took so long to play it. There was no world in which he would not play a land. So, does he swing? If he can't kill my thing first, then even if he swings, I still get to live and gain 5 life. Hope. Pass. Pass turn. Yes. So yeah, so now if he can remove the sludge crawler, I'm just dead because he has 2 lethal threats and I can block one of them. I assume he can't, since he has not yet done so. Okay. Alright, so he is going to swing with that. Which means he probably has a way to kill this if I block. Maybe Lithomancer's Focus or the +1/+2 gain life thing. So I could just chump. But I basically think I need to get the trick out of his hand, so. I will take the bait. Just because I can't, I mean, at 3 life, I can't really play around much. Oh wait, that was foolish because I need that in play. Ah, that was a mistake. Whoops. Punt. Wow, that was a punt. Yeah, I needed to jump there. That was bad. Yep. That was a punt. Damn. Alright, well. Yeah. Alright. I'm not allowed to make play mistakes when you mull to 4. Surely we just die now. Forgot that I needed the Conduit of Ruin's ability to actually cast the Ruin Processor. Alright, I get another turn to live. Alright, I get to tap something down. So that's fun. guess it will be the Great Horn. What does this do? Oh. Alright, well. We're probably still dead. That seemed like a weird time to cast that. Oh, he wants the creature. Fine. Am I just dead now? I might just be dead now. You attack, then I'll do the math. He thinks I'm dead now. He might be right. Let's see. So I can block 3 things. So I can block 1, 2. Oh wait, I can block 2, 3, and 2. Then he does 3 damage to me. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay. So yeah, we punted that one a bit. So let's sideboard and try not to maul to nothing. So I'm not. Opponent's deck seems a little all over the place. So I feel like we don't have a bad matchup here. Just not maul the 4. If I hadn't made a play mistake, I don't know if I would have won, but I had a shot. I don't feel like we have much to board into here. Most of our boarding is for sort of slower decks, and his seems, at least parts of it, are aggressive. So I think we will stick with what we have. I mean, because we could like board in like a Mindraker and Myers Malice if opponent had some like big bombs we were scared of, but we didn't really see any that game. That was one of this deck could get away with cutting a land for an anticipate, but I don't know. Seems greedy. I mean, coming off a game where I just was mana screwed. We will play first again. Yeah, 2 colors, tightening coils. Yeah, we're keeping that. These guys are going to show up in my opening hand so much. Stop it. So yeah, we just need to land in our first 3 turns, and we're in pretty decent shape. Well, hopefully 2 in our first 4, but so opponent went to 6, and then he scryed to the bottom. Alright. Excellent. And no 2 from him. Yeah, I'm just going to drop the swamp. So I will go ahead and play the Mortuary Mire next turn if I don't draw another land. However, since I did draw another land, I will play that other land. And well, he might have to do 4 damage to target attacking creature. I didn't see it. Alright. Always yield. And, oh, the Brood Butcher. That's not a bad thing to have gotten. And now we get to draw the Incubator Drone. So he does have all his colors, but he's done 0 things. And we are just a couple turns away from being able to drop our Rune Processor. Sure. So now we'll attack with the Infiltrator again. And then play the Silent Skimmer. And we'll play the Mortuary Mire for no value, but that's alright. And drops our land drops. So one more land drop, we could drop the Rune Processor next turn. Yep, you got it. We're winning this race so far. Even if he does hit a land drop every turn, which he presumably won't. And if we play something scary, we have Tightening Coils for it. So the fact that he's sitting here thinking makes me think he might have that deal 5 damage to target attacking creatures card. Yeah, that seemed sketchy. So I think what I'm going to do is hold the Infiltrator back this turn. If he wants to use that to kill one of these, I'm fine with that. Alright, so either he's being patient or I'm playing around a card he doesn't have, but I feel like I can afford to play around stuff right now. So I feel like I'm in pretty good shape here, because the Oracle here can block even if he gets a landfall trigger. Alright, sure, end of turn plummet, you got it. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, this guy's a bit scary. He might be worth a Tightening Coils, although maybe not, since I can play the Rune Processor next turn. So the question is, do I hold the land drop just in case I draw Tazim? The Scion's not really doing much at this point. So yeah, I think I'll just let it die. Oh, why did I think that was 2? I was thinking of that other guy. All right. All right. F6 the turn. So I have a 7/8. What do you have? All right. So I do need to watch for landfall, instant speed land. That could be a bit of a blowout if I'm not careful. So there's a land. Oh, and he gives saying +1/+1 in vigilance. Let's see. Well, if he swings, then he definitely has that. Can I afford not to block? So yeah, he definitely has the trick. So like that, actually, maybe I just take it. I only got 1, so he does 9 to me if he has the trick. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take it. He probably does not pump because he saves it for the crackback. So I think I'm going to Oracle here first. Because I want to see what I get here. Grave birthing. Yeah, I think I will take that. Over the island. I'm going to tightening coils down the Baloth. Should make the rune processor have a safe attack here. Sure. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we play our land and we go 1, 2, 3, 4 and hold up grave birthing. We might jump with it. We will see. So opponent must, I mean, he must have just had a plummet in because I'm blue, or he's main decking it. I don't know which one. Alright. 2-1. I'm going to allow this. Don't know why he plays that before combat. Let's see. So does the Great Horn come in? It does not. So you, and we will draw a card. Oh, that's not a bad draw. Alright. Oh, another Grave Birthing. Alright. So let's go ahead and fire that off now. See what we hit. Oh, that's not a bad draw. Alright. So we've got complete disregard. I don't know how he conceivably wins this game. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and disregard on the Great Horn in response. Yep. Just got something to save it with. Inspired charge, okay. Sure, you got it. I don't think that's going to save you. Oh, alright. That is annoying. Alright. Okay, so we're going to chump with the 2 Eldrazi Scions and sacrifice them so he doesn't gain that life. Is this thing actually up to being positive? It is. Right? Yeah, it's a 2/7. Alright. Yep, you got it, buddy. Okay, so we go. Okay, so we're going to block and kill that. Get in the way of that. Chump and chump. Okay, and then we're going to sacrifice and sacrifice so they don't. Yep. Oh. And opponent gives up because I had Dev Lethal on the crackback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so our clock is pretty tight, but so is our opponent's. So I'll play a little faster this turn. This time around. I don't think there's any particular changes I want to make here. Opponent still does not have anything I'm particularly scared of. The Undo Rising is not really enough of a reason to play the Dispel. Yeah, alright. run it back. One lander, mulligan. Jeez. All right. Well. Okay. Keep a 5. On bottom. Disappointing. And opponent goes perfect mana. Island would be a pretty great draw here. Oh man, and he's curving out. Oh, okay, well Pilgrim's Eye I can deal with. Alright, oh man, all the 1 toughness creatures, and nothing. Did I mention that an island would be a good draw? Oh, great. Okay, so now we die pretty quickly. Yep. Yeah, a little too late on the land there. Well, that's where the cookie crumbles sometimes. We can block 2 things, not including the 3. No, we can block the 3-1, we can block the 2-1, then we take 3. Yeah, so we are dead. Alright, well, so crumbles the cookie. It is pre-release, so it is Swiss, so I will see you in round 2. Alright, round 2, we will try not to draw so badly. Well, unfortunately my round 2 opponent never showed up, so I'm going to go to round 3. Oh, a bunch of people dropped out. Oh, great, I get to go 2-1, and having played 3 games, of which 1 I lost being mana screwed. Well, that's not really a lot of fun. But hey, I guess the good news is we went 2-1. Alright, well, thanks for watching, I guess.